This is the Poly Theater in Scranton, Pennsylvania, as it looked in 1922. Built in 1906 by theater magnate Sylvester Poly, this large vaudeville house once hosted such legendary acts as Harry Houdini, W.C. Fields, Will Rogers, and, in 1915, four brothers already well on their way to stardom. This is the former Poly as it looks today, now known as the Ritz Theater and Performing Arts Center. Hi, I'm Jeff Boehm, a TV personality and film critic in the Scranton, Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania region. I'm also an unapologetic fanatic when it comes to the Marx Brothers, since childhood in fact. And now, let's take a little look at some of their history. The theater went through many remodels, beginning in 1930, when it was given an Art Deco makeover and rebranded the Ritz. That's also around the time that it became a movie house. By the time it came onto my radar in the late 1970s, the lobby had been turned into a mini mall, and the management was running second-run movies. Funny enough, this is the theater where I saw Brain Donors in 1992. Now, the only reason that I saw Brain Donors at all was that it was loosely based on the brothers' A Night at the Opera. But what I didn't know in 1992 was that my heroes had, from April 12th through the 17th of 1915, actually played in the same theater space, in the musical comedy Home Again, which was written by their uncle, the famous vaudevillian Al Sheen. In his book, Four of the Three Musketeers, Robert S. Bader writes that these dates were originally scheduled for the Key Theater in Philadelphia. But thankfully, the Poly got worked into the equation, and the rest is history. And I'm about to show you some of this historic theater space.
So I'm Michael Melcher. I am the executive producer here at the Ritz Theater and Performing Arts Center. Where we are right now would be floating about 6 feet above the air of the first balcony in the Ritz Theater when the Marx Brothers would have performed here. We'd be looking down over this third ledge down into the orchestra seats into the main stage, which would have been originally 20 feet past where the movie screen is now. The theater hosted numerous celebrities and performers that are fairly well-known names throughout the 100 years that it's been here. When it was originally opened, it had 2 balconies, and then the orchestra, which combined would seat approximately 2,000 people. So this was a substantial house for its time. When the Marx Brothers were here, this part of the building, this actually would have been the proscenium that arched over the stage. So I would be about 30 feet, flying 30 feet in the air right now. This proscenium was part of the renovation in the 1930s. There was a fire in the building, and they were also going to be reconfiguring the audience. So that's when this proscenium went in. And it hung over the theater until it was the downstairs seating was converted into the pedestrian mall, and the entire theater was moved up into the original balcony. Now, in 2016, we reopened the theater, and it is a working theater. Numerous productions, averages around 20 shows a year, weddings, concerts, comedians, movie festivals. It is a very rounded performing arts center.
In the Scranton Republican, dated April 13, 1915, the writer gave good notice to Arthur Marx, who would later become Harpo, as, quote, one of the cleverest harpists, and to Leonard Marx, who would later become Chico, as, quote, a royal entertainer in regards to his piano playing. They heaped most of their praise, however, on another act which shared the same bill: 2 banjo players who regaled the audience with nostalgic tunes from the 60s. The 1860s, that is. Everyone's a critic. For more information on the Ritz Theater and Performing Arts Center, go to ritzpac, that's RITZPAC.com. Thank you for watching.